A woman kept having recurring dreams about making love with a man. Whether she was asleep, awake, or daydreaming, she was always lost in thoughts of him. Although the man didn't like her, would he eventually fulfill the love-filled dreams she kept seeing? Let's find out as the story unfolds. The story begins in a small village in Norway, where a girl named Elma is seen talking on the phone in her kitchen. She's speaking with a boy and fantasizing about being romantic with him. Her family doesn't know what she's up to, but suddenly her mother returns home from work. As soon as Elma hears the sound of the car, she hurriedly leaves her phone behind and starts putting on her clothes. She then quickly pretends to be studying to fool her mother. Her mom comes up to her and notices the phone lying on the floor. Curious, she asks Elma why it's there, but Elma dodges the question by making up an excuse. The truth is, Elma has a bit of a dirty mind and is always up to something mischievous. The next day, Elma goes out walking her dog. Just a short distance away, she runs into a boy who's out for a walk. His name is Arthur. He goes to the same school as Elma. The moment Elma sees him, she feels a wave of affection rise in her heart. She can't control herself. She already knew Arthur from before, and now she starts daydreaming about him constantly. In one of her dreams, Arthur climbs through her bedroom window and starts making love to her. As Arthur calls out to her, she suddenly wakes up, realizing it was just a dream. In reality, Arthur barely even talks to her. All the love is one-sided from Elma. The next day, Elma is seen hanging out with her two friends, Ingrid and Sarah. It seems like they're waiting for someone. Soon, a boy appears, secretly handing liquor bottles to passengers inside a car. The girls also want to buy some, so Ingrid walks up to the guy and he hands them their favorite bottles. The three of them then take a bus and head off. They're having fun on the bus when they arrive at a deserted place with no one around. Soon after, another one of their friends arrives in a car and invites them to go with her. But the three girls decline and their friend drives away. Elma is fed up with her village life. She dreams of becoming a model. One day, she convinces Ingrid to go with her to a party. Elma gets dressed in a gorgeous outfit, but before heading out, she has another dream. This time, she's in the forest with Arthur, having fun together. Arthur looks into her eyes and says, "We're the same. We'll always be together. We'll always be in love." Then, they make love right there in the forest. As Elma snaps out of the dream, she heads to the party with her friends. At the party, Elma sees that Arthur is there too. Seeing him makes her happy. Ingrid and Sarah notice how Elma is constantly staring at Arthur. Elma then steps outside, deep in thought. Arthur notices her walking out and decides to quietly follow her. Elma stood in one spot and began drinking a beer. Seeing her standing there, Arthur also came over and stood near her. Elma felt good seeing Arthur come so close, and she smiled. Suddenly, something changed in Arthur. He began to fall in love with Elma. Elma also started to like the way he behaved, but it wasn't the right time for love just yet. Wanting to pleasure herself, Elma slipped away into the bathroom. She did something in there to make herself feel better. When she came back out, she told her friends that Arthur had touched her and tried to get romantic with her. Her friends already knew how much Elma loved Arthur, so they didn't say much. One of them tried to explain to her that it was probably just a dream and that she was still imagining things. Just then, Arthur arrived at the scene. Ingrid, wanting to know the truth, asked Arthur directly if he had just been with Elma, but Arthur denied it. He was an honest guy, and because of that, everyone believed him and assumed Elma was lying. The next day, Ingrid visited Elma's house. While applying lipstick, she brought up what had happened the night before, but Elma was still lost in a dream. This time, she saw herself being romantic with Ingrid. Suddenly, a finger snap pulled her back to reality. Ingrid then told her, "The whole school knows now that Arthur supposedly touched you. Whether it's true or not, the boys at school think you're lying and want nothing to do with you. I just came here to tell you that." After saying that, she left. The following day, when Elma went to school, she realized everyone already knew about what supposedly happened between her and Arthur. As soon as she entered the school building, all the boys stared at her, mocking and enjoying the gossip. Fed up with the situation, Elma ran into the school bathroom. There, she saw graffiti on the walls, paintings of her and Arthur. Now, Elma's name was completely ruined throughout the school. No one would talk to her anymore. Depressed by everything, she asked a boy for a cigarette to help ease the pain. After school, while riding the bus home, she spotted Arthur in front of her. She called him over to smoke a cigarette with her. Then, both Elma and Arthur got off the bus together. Arthur had realized by now that Elma truly liked him, so he told her that he had started liking her too. But he admitted that he didn't like her best friends Ingrid and Sarah at all. "I couldn't tell you this earlier," he said, "because you're a different kind of girl. But now I'll say it in front of everyone. I've fallen in love with you, and I'll set you apart from everyone else in school." After hearing Arthur say those words, Elma was convinced that Arthur truly loved her. The two of them started walking home together, talking along the way. Once they got home, they spent the whole night making love to each other. But suddenly, Elma began hearing strange voices, as if someone was calling her, "Elma, wake up." She then realized it was just a dream. In reality, Elma had gotten gotten off the bus alone. When she reached home, she found her mother holding a phone bill that listed several different numbers. Her mom asked, "Whose numbers are these? Why is the bill so high?" Without fear, Elma told her mom that all those numbers were wrong numbers she used to express her feelings of love. Hearing that, her mom scolded her. Elma responded, "You don't need to pay the bill. I'll get a job and pay it myself." But deep down, she was heartbroken. Her mom had yelled at her. Feeling low, Elma walked alone to the bus stand by the roadside. There, she met one of her friends. Elma started sharing her story, hoping maybe her friend would have a solution. She asked, "Can you talk to your dad and get me a job at his shop?" Her friend promised she would help. Meanwhile, back at Elma's house, her mother called Sarah's dad and asked him for a job for Elma. Sarah's dad agreed and said over the phone, "Send her to work from tomorrow. I have some things to teach her at the store." That evening, while Elma was eating dinner, her mother told her about the job offer. "I talked to Sarah's dad about getting you a job. You can start tomorrow." Elma agreed. Later, Sarah met up with one of her male friends who confessed his love to her. His words touched her heart and she couldn't stop looking at him. But Sarah needed time. She was still worried about her friend Elma. Sarah wanted to become a writer. When she got home, she began writing that day's story in her journal. A few days later, Elma was seen working at the store, trying to earn money to pay off her phone bill. The store owner was Sarah and Ingrid's father. One day, when Elma was alone at the shop, Sarah's dad came in and said, "Are you still at the store this late? We were thinking of closing up." Then he told her how attractive she was and said he had feelings for her. Hearing this, Elma started falling for him too. She gave in to his words, and the two began getting intimate in the store. Suddenly, Elma heard someone calling, "Hello? Hello?" And she snapped out of her dream. In reality, Arthur had entered the store with his little sister to buy a book. Sarah's dad had already left. Elma had only been daydreaming about him. The next day, Sarah's dad asked Elma to clean one of the store's cabinets. While cleaning, Elma found a stash of adult magazines. Unable to control her curiosity, she took one out and started reading it. Afterward, she tossed it into the trash bin. Later, when Sarah's dad took the trash out, he discovered the magazine and got furious. He immediately called Elma's mother and said, "Your daughter stole an adult magazine from my store. I'm firing her." Elma's mom pleaded with him, saying, "She's just a kid. Please give her one more chance." But Sarah's dad hung up without listening. When Elma got home, her mother scolded her severely. Elma's mother started forbidding her from even leaving the house, and then she left for work. Elma had nothing left to do now. She sat and wondered what she would do next. Without wasting time, she went to meet Sarah and told her that she had lost her job. Sarah comforted her and said she needed to stay strong and look for another job. Then Sarah left to meet her boyfriend and began enjoying her time with him. Feeling alone and upset, Elma called some of her wrong number friends. One of them told her, "You need a friend who'll stand by you no matter what." After that, Elma started drinking. Later, Elma overheard her mother talking to Sarah's mom. Her mother said, "My daughter only thinks about one thing all day, love. She even talks to random strangers over the phone to express her feelings. She even stole a magazine from your shop, and I've heard her mumble Arthur's name in her sleep many times." Hearing this broke Elma's heart. She didn't know what to think. Feeling shattered, she grabbed a bottle of alcohol and walked toward Arthur's house. When she got there, she told him, "You have to tell everyone at school that you did love me. No one believes me. Everyone thinks I'm lying. Even my mom is upset with me. My whole life is ruined. I really like you, and I want to be with you forever." But Arthur replied, "No, I don't love you. I can't be with you. I already have a girlfriend." Elma's heart broke after hearing this. She no longer saw any reason to stay where she was. She was all alone, no friends at school, no support at home, and not even the love she had dreamed of. She walked down the road, feeling hopeless and broken. Just then, a taxi passed by. Elma took a ride and went to her friend Maria's house. She stayed with Maria for a few days and poured her heart out. Maria supported her and helped her understand how to move on from the situation. One day, Maria hosted a party at her apartment. A boy showed up and began playing the guitar. Everyone danced to the music, and even Elma started feeling better. She danced too, and her mood finally lightened. Eventually, Elma decided to return home to her mother. Her mom had been waiting for her. Seeing her daughter again, her mom forgave her. She could tell Elma had changed, and now she finally understood her daughter's worth. They were both happy again. But just then, the doorbell rang. When Elma opened the door, a man was standing outside. It was one of her mother's co-workers. Her mother then left with him for work. Watching them, Elma realized something. Even her mom had finally found a companion for herself. That same night, Arthur came to visit Elma. He apologized to her, saying, "The rumor about me touching you was completely false. I've realized now that I can't live without you. I love you." But Elma replied, "It doesn't matter to me anymore. You're a coward. Until you admit in front of the whole school that you touched me, I can't talk to you." The next day, while going to school, Ingrid joined Elma on the bus. She too had realized her mistakes. When Elma arrived at school, she saw Arthur waiting for her at the entrance with a huge banner above him that read, "Arthur admits his mistake and asks Elma for forgiveness." Seeing this, This made Elma happy, and she forgave Arthur. Later that day, as they returned from school, Arthur came home with Elma. When Elma's mother saw Arthur, she instantly understood that he was her daughter's boyfriend. The three of them had dinner together. After dinner, Elma asked her mother, "Can Arthur stay over tonight?" Her mother refused, and with that, the movie ends.